Hi everyone, it's Erica from class. I just want to apologize right off the bat. I have little to no experience being on camera, so I'm hoping this is not 2 minutes of your life wasted. But I was really excited when I saw the discussion post this week and the opportunity to share one of my personal leadership heroes with you guys, and that is Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg of the Supreme Court. Some of you probably recognize her from some of her internet memes floating around, the Notorious RBG, and There's No Truth Without Ruth. Or if you're an SNL fan like I am, you've probably seen the skits. But I really feel that Justice Ginsburg has been super influential, especially for me as someone, a young woman in education, a young woman in leadership. If you've ever heard any of her speeches, she talks a lot about these formative experiences that she had, especially in education, that have really laid the groundwork for her advocacy on the courts for workers' rights, women's rights, and education rights. She talks about being one of only 9 female law students in her Harvard class, and the constant badgering she got from her deans about how she felt taking a position from a qualified man. So I feel like a lot of those experiences she had forced her to be an agent of change, because I think she knew that the system was not going to change for her. So I think that she knew that she had to be that force in order to really succeed. And I think too, a lot of those experiences, as I mentioned, have really laid the groundwork for her work on the Supreme Court, especially in cases involving education, and more specifically, those cases that involve women in education. So in 1996, Ginsburg wrote the majority opinion regarding the Virginia Military Institute and their admission bylaws that they would not accept women into their program. And keep in mind, this was in 1996, not 1926, 1996. And so the court actually overturned the admission policy, and in 1997, they actually accepted their first female applicant. So again, she's really been an advocate for gender in education. Another decision that she helped overturn was regarding a public school district and their handling of a 13-year-old girl's drug search. And in that case, the young woman was actually forced to strip down to essentially her bra and panties for a drug search, while the male students were, given the wand test. So again, I think that she's really been an advocate and a really powerful force for women in education and the military and workforce. And although I do feel that we've come a long way in education regarding women in education and women in leadership, I think there's still a lot more work to do. And I hope there are more people coming up the pipeline like Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I hope I'm one of those people. I hope that I am one of those people like Justice Ginsburg who fights for those who have no voice or get drowned out by others' voices. I think she's a great reminder to those of us on the path to leadership that it isn't always an easy process, and also to remind ourselves that all of those hurdles that we have to jump over, there's that sort of light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know that she would be who she is if that hadn't happened to her. So it's just sort of in closing, I always go back to this quote, and I have really sort of gone back to this quote talking about diversity, but this is what Justice Ginsburg said about educating all. And she said, "We're here not as one-at-a-time curiosities. We are here to stay, and in all our diversity." So I hope you guys enjoyed my little presentation about the Notorious RBG, and I'm looking forward to hearing all of your comments about my presentation and sharing in all of yours. Thanks. Have a nice day.